This is a regular meeting of the Township Committee. Public notice of this meeting has been given as required by the Open Public Meetings Law. A resolution was adopted on January 1st, 2026, designating this date, this hall, and 7:30 p.m. as the time for this regular meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Union in the County of Union. A notice of each and every meeting of the Township Committee was posted in accordance with the aforesaid Open Public Meetings Law in one public place reserved for the posting of ordinances and official notices of the Township of Union, namely the bulletin board next to the clerk's office. In addition thereto, a copy of said resolution was forwarded to the local source and Star Ledger. A copy of said resolution is on file with the clerk of the Township.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. This evening, the prayer will be led by Committeewoman Sandra Terrell and the flag salute by our junior mayor, Jaden Chase. Let's all rise.
As we gather as members of this Township Committee, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community, keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts on those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive to make a better community. Amen.
At this time, I would like to please ask that we silence our cell phones during the meeting. Can I
May I do a
have a
roll call?
motion?
May I do a roll call?
Oh, yes, you may.
Mr. Figueredo?
Here.
Ms. Terrell?
Here.
Mr. Bowser?
Here.
Mr. Florio?
Here.
Mayor Fraser?
Yes, here. At this time, please silence your phones during the meeting, and I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Move for approval of the minutes? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk, let's continue with ordinances.
I have reconsideration on draft and first reading an ordinance creating a handicap space in front of 2134 Van Buren Place.
Motion, move the ordinance be taken up for second and final reading, or first reading, sorry.
First.
Move draft be taken up for final reading by title at this time. First reading by title at this time.
Second.
An ordinance amending the designation of restricted parking spaces for use by persons with special vehicle identification cards in the Township of Union, Union County, New Jersey. This ordinance creates a handicap space in front of 2134 Van Buren Place. Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Terrell?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Fraser?
Yes.
Move draft be taken up at the next regularly scheduled meeting for second and final reading.
Second.
Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Terrell?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Fraser?
Yes.
Amending Chapter 270-3 of the Municipal Code relating to uniform construction code fees.
Move the draft to be taken up for first reading by title at this time.
Second.
An ordinance amending Chapter 270 entitled Construction Codes Uniform in the Township of Union, Union County, New Jersey. This ordinance amends the fee schedule for construction. Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Terrell?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser? Mr.
Yes.
Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Fraser?
Yes.
Move draft be taken up at the next regularly scheduled meeting for second and final reading.
Second.
Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Terrell?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Fraser?
Yes.
Amending Chapter 415, 9-10 of the Municipal Code relating to recreational program and permit fees.
Move the draft be taken up on first reading by title at this time.
Second.
An ordinance amending Chapter 415 entitled Parks and Recreation in the Township of Union, Union County, New Jersey. This ordinance amends the fee schedule for individual and organizational permits. Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Terrell?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Fraser?
Yes.
Move the draft be taken up at the next regularly scheduled meeting for second and final reading.
Second.
Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Terrell?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Fraser?
Yes.
I have the following resolutions authorizing the renewal and maintenance of 4 in-car cameras for the Police Department from Axon Enterprise, Inc. for a fee not to exceed $39,908.97. State Contract 17/00738.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the application and execution of a grant with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the Liberty Avenue Improvements Phase 2 project.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Awarding a professional service agreement with Neglia Group to conduct a preliminary investigation to determine if Block 802, Lot 10.02, Township-owned property on Galloping Hill Road should be designated as an area in need of redevelopment.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adopting the Union County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan.
Move for approval.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing payment of all approved vouchers for solid waste collection, haulage, and disposal at the interim rate of $75.09 per ton for household waste and $129.52 per ton for bulky waste for the month of May.
Move to approve the payments. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a 5-year lease agreement with Rico USA, Inc. for new photocopiers for the various departments for a fee not to exceed $3,828.52 per month, state contract number 25 COMG 99562.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Removing the property located at 104 Waldorf Place, Block 5707, Lot 7.08 from the tax rolls, as it is now township-owned.
Move for approval. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a professional service agreement with TPD Inc. for general traffic engineering services for a fee not to exceed $25,000.
Move for approval.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the purchase and installation of an electric charging station at the senior center from Troller Electric LLC for an amount not to exceed $70,000 through the Educational Services Co-op of New Jersey.
To approve the purchase. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Amending Resolution 2025-191, increasing the amount to Newman's Heat and Air Conditioning by $3,000 for a total amount not to exceed $42,895.92 for HVAC services for various township buildings.
Motion to approve the increase?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing an emergency contract to Kraft Power Corp. for the replacement of the radiator at the Pinewood Road sanitary sewer in the amount of $9,181.55.
Move to approve the contract. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing an emergency contract to Denbar Construction, Inc. to repair the stairways and walkways at the municipal building at their low quote not to exceed $33,500.
Move for approval.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a contract to Denbar Construction for repainting and resurfacing of the stairways and walkways at the municipal building at their low quote not to exceed $18,700.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing an award of contract to Central Jersey Generators LLC for the replacement of the automatic transfer switch on the Town Hall emergency generator at their low quote of $28,000.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a contract to DePinho and Sons to build a memorial for the township victims of the September 11, 2001 attack in front of the municipal building at their low quote not to exceed $53,000.
Move to approve the contract. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing an award of contract to Mission Critical Partners for the Automated Secure Alarm Protocol Program, ASAP, for emergency dispatch at no cost to the township.
Move for approval.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a professional service agreement with Colliers Engineering and Design for the preparation and investigation of a possible area in need of redevelopment at 1042-58 Salem Road for a fee not to exceed $32,000.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing an award of contract to Lazio Construction LLC for the striping of crosswalks throughout the township at an amount not to exceed $52,639.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing an award of contract to Horizon Painting LLC to paint the columns, doors, molding, and windows outside the municipal building for an amount not to exceed $15,700.
Move to approve the contract. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the renewal of certain liquor licenses in the township for the annual period of July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
Move for approval.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the renewal of plenary retail consumption license number 2019-33004008, Signatures LLC, with special conditions.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ask you to approve the finances as listed on the agenda.
Motion to approve the finances is listed?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The following communications from Reverend Alfonso Williams Sr., Aon Baptist Church, 1500 Brown Avenue, requesting to host a church block party on Saturday, August 23rd, 2026, between the hours of 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Move to approve request.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From Marconi Gapis Health Officer, requesting a refund in the amount of $30 to Loretta Washington for a mobile truck vendor temporary permit application.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From Stella Okunwo, Nigerian Nurses Association of America, requesting permission to host a walkathon for domestic violence awareness and prevention on October 3rd, 2026, on Russell Street from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. for approximately 50 attendees.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Following department reports from Fire Department, Municipal Court, and Senior Center.
Motion to receive and file the reports.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That concludes my part of the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's move on to committee reports. Committeewoman Terrell, please begin with the Fire Department.
Thank you, Mayor. For this week, during this reporting period, the Union Fire Department responded to 177 calls for service, including fire suppression, emergency medical assistance, and motor vehicle incidents. Significant incidents: on June 15th, Union firefighters responded to Schneider Ave for a vehicle fire in a driveway of a residence. Crews quickly extinguished the fire and successfully prevented the spread to the home. On June 22nd, firefighters responded to Morris Avenue for reports of smoke coming from a window. Upon arrival, crews located a fire in an apartment and rapidly brought the fire under control, confining damage to the area of origin. Our safety tips for this week: as residents enjoy outdoor fire pits this summer, please remember to follow township fire safety regulations. Outdoor fires should be located at least 15 feet from homes, sheds, fences, property lines, and other combustible materials. Fire pits may not be operated on a deck, porch, balcony, under an overhang, or inside a structure. Always use a spark screen, keep a hose or fire extinguisher nearby, and never leave a fire unattended. A few simple precautions can help protect your family, your neighbors, and our community. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Committeewoman. Now, Committeeman Figueredo with the Senior and Recreation Report.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. From our senior department, Health and Wellness Clinic will be held on Tuesday, July 7th from 9:30 to 11:30. This is a nurse that'll be there for health maintenance and any prevention services. This sounds like a fun thing to do. Music Journey, Behind the Music. It's a sing-along on Wednesday, June 24th, tomorrow, at 11 o'clock. No experience needed. Just bring your love of great tunes and good company and make some musical memories together. Another interesting workshop that's going to be held at our seniors, it's called the Memoir Workshop, and it's going to be 5 weeks, every Tuesday starting July 7th and ending August 4th. It'll be from 10 to 11. This is a guided writing workshop where it helps participants explore and share their personal stories. You learn how to turn your meaningful memories into a written narrative that preserves your experiences, lessons, and moments that matter in your life. Again, that's 5-week workshop on Tuesdays starting July the 7th at 10 o'clock till 11. There'll be a movie day on July 8th, and at 1:30 in the afternoon, Mother of the Bride is a light romantic comedy about a mother whose world is turned upside down when her daughter returns home with unexpected wedding news. Sounds like fun. And upcoming trips: Wind Creek Casino, July 16th. This is in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, at $40 per ticket. They'll be leaving from Jeanette Avenue. And also to Resorts Casino in Atlantic City on July 19th, also $40 per ticket, and that also departs from Jeanette Avenue. If you need any further information on any of these programs, you can call our senior center at 908-851-5290. And Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Let's move on to Committeeman Bowser with DPW report.
Thank you, Mayor. The Department of Public Works is continuing its focus on the township road repair. For the Road Division, there were 11 road patch applications, 71 pothole repairs, prepared and repaired sinkholes on Stuyvesant Avenue, dug and backfilled trenches to assist the fire department with their training, utilized 32.3 tons of asphalt material for various road repairs, including Liberty Avenue, Nicholas Place, Crawford Terrace, and South Master Parkway, Farewell Drive, Headley Terrace, Valley Road, Springfield Road, across from Walmart, Shear Avenue, and also did the Union High School parking lot. 333 street cleanings for the sewer division, flushed 18 sewer lines for maintenance, 2 after-hour emergency call-outs for sanitary issues, 60 enzyme applications to minimize fats, oils, and greases. And for the shade tree division, there were 7 stump removals, 3 removals, 12 trims, 20 tree assessments. As always, all concerns regarding the Department of Public Works can be addressed by calling 908-686-1922 or by using the Report of Concern feature on the Township website. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. And our police report by Deputy Mayor Florio.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Once again, our police were very active. We had 2,757 calls for service. Directed patrols were 1,167, and there were 95 arrests during that period. As part of our traffic enforcement, one of the items to make sure oversized trucks only go on designated streets, we issued 2 tickets to enforce that. Our red light enforcement, we had 35 tickets issued in the past 2 weeks. And our speed initiative, once again, trying to control speed in our community, we issued 188 tickets in that 2-week period. Just one highlight from those 2 weeks. On June 16th, officers conducted a motor vehicle stop in the area of Union Avenue for a U-Haul confirmed stolen out of Hillside. The driver was safely detained without incident and placed under arrest. Searches of both suspects and vehicle yielded negative results, and the vehicle was recovered and turned over to Sparrow Towing. The driver was charged with receiving and stoling a motor vehicle. Who's my report for tonight, Mayor?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And before I read my upcoming events, I would like to thank everyone who joined us for our Juneteenth celebration, our 6th annual Juneteenth celebration at Bear Temple Park. We celebrated community, culture, freedom, and we are grateful to all of the Black-owned businesses that were out there as vendors, the talented artists, the generous sponsors, and every single community member that came out to celebrate and have a good time at the park. So, our first event, Open Road, begins this Sunday. Rawway Avenue will be closed off. It's a mile long, and it will be vehicle-free space for the entire community. Whether you walk, run, bike, dance, or roll, come on out to enjoy open streets and connect with neighbors and friends. Join us on Rawway Avenue from Morris to Liberty Avenue on Sunday, June 28th, and Sunday, September 20th from 9 to 11 a.m. Also, Wednesday night summer series will begin tomorrow, and we are going to have the watch party of the FIFA game, Brazil versus Scotland, so make sure you join us. So join us on Stuyvesant Avenue for the return of Wednesday night summer series. This free community event features FIFA watch parties, live music, DJ, giant lawn games, family-friendly activities, and join us for local foods, explore our unique vendor tables, and celebrate summer in the heart of the center. I hope to see you all there. We are going to have a historical bike tour. Celebrate America's 250th anniversary by joining the Township of Union's historic bike tour and brunch this Independence Day. This exciting 12-mile ride visits 5 local landmarks and concludes with a delicious community breakfast at Connecticut Farm Church. Kicking off that morning festivities is a live historical reenactment will take place prior to the bike tour. That is around 8 a.m. A reenactor portraying Reverend James Caldwell will deliver a powerful reading of the Declaration of Independence alongside members of families who have called Union home for generations. Their participation honors the deep roots and enduring spirit of our community. Bike tour spaces are filling up fast, so please visit uniontownship.com today to secure your tickets and claim your spot. Also, our junior mayors, I'm going to give them a week's vacation, but this summer they will be joining me in workshops and my mayor's aides. Workshops, one of my passions are, right, educating our youth. Our workshops will include public speaking, social media safety, and time management, and many other workshops. So not only is he sitting here having a good time this evening, but he will be educated this summer, right? Okay. Again, pet licensing, please make sure you license your pets. Visit uniontownship.com. And for Everbridge notifications, please sign up for emergency notifications at uniontownship.com. That concludes my report. Right now, we are going to open up the public portion. As a friendly reminder, please state your name, your address, and remember you have a 5-minute rule.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Junior Mayor. Hi, my name is Wanda España. I live at 268 Lincoln Avenue in Union, and I have questions about the AI data center being built in Kenilworth. I, along with my family, have attended various meetings at their township over the past several months, and I feel that I was going to say that while the data center is technically in Kenilworth, it will affect me and my neighbors more than most Kenilworth residents, as I live in the 5 Points area of Union, less than half a mile from this site. My first question: during last week's Kenilworth Township meeting on June 17th, the Kenilworth mayor stated that she and Senator Cryan had toured the data center with CoreWeave representatives the day prior on June 16th, and that the visit, quote unquote, quelled her concerns regarding impacts to the residents. My questions are, were any Union Township officials present or invited to this tour?
Yes, I was there. I was invited and I did attend.
Okay. Can you publicly share what information was presented, what questions were asked, and what conclusions were reached?
So we have invited, that isn't a CoreWeave site, so it isn't directly associated with what is going on in Kenilworth, but from what I saw, it was pretty quiet. It was a clean area. There isn't much more that I saw. When we were visiting the grounds, I mean, we opened the doors to certain rooms. You know, there was a light humming sound, but once you closed the door, you couldn't hear anything. We have invited CoreWeave to come and address our concerns. They were unable to come, but we are continuing our communication, and we hope to have them here at some point.
Is this where you were talking about possibly doing it in the 5 Points area?
Correct.
Okay. And were the facilities that you visited similar to what CoreWeave is planning to build at this site? Because I heard they were not exactly the same.
They're not exactly the same, but it is something that might be similar, yes. Again, it's not CoreWeave, so they're two different entities.
Okay. My second question. During the same June 17th meeting, the Kenilworth mayor stated that CoreWeave facility will be engineered with nuclear power. This was the first time many residents heard nuclear power associated with this project. In addition to the hyperscale AI center, will there be a nuclear reactor facility on the site?
I am not sure. I can't answer that question.
I'm hoping you guys can find out.
Yes.
Will Union Township formally request clarification and make that information available to the residents, which is basically what you just said? And my final question: if the current approved data center is constructed and later results in documented health, environmental, infrastructure, or quality of life impacts affecting the Union residents, what authority does Union Township have to protect its residents? Specifically, does Union Township have the ability to seek enforcement actions, injunctive relief, or litigation if it impacts extend beyond Kenilworth's borders?
I am going to ask,
Examining that as we
Yeah.
speak, find out exactly what authority.
right.
Okay. Has the township evaluated what legal remedies may be available if Union residents are negatively affected or injured by the project, which is what you just said? And I'm hoping that the township can commit to reviewing these options now rather than waiting until the problems occur, because the Kenilworth mayor said she would do studies after it's built, which is ridiculous. This is not a joke. This is affecting many thousands of us. A city of 8,000 residents is making a decision that is affecting thousands of residents in surrounding towns. They are not being transparent. There is a lot of back and forth and finger pointing. It's very concerning, and I just wanted all this on the record. Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank you so much. We are listening to your concerns, and we are keeping that line of communication open. Thank you. Any further comments from the public? Yes, sir, come on up. No?
I also came tonight.
Please state your name and
Sorry,
address.
Stephen Yaphet, 158 Conan Street, Hillside.
Can you get closer to the mic? I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Stephen Yaphet, 158 Conan Street, Hillside. Yeah, I came to see you guys 6 months ago regarding the Polluter Pay Act, and I want to slip something in on that too for you guys. You guys did a great job. You passed your resolution, and actually in a few days, a couple days, the question is whether the legislation will be brought out of committee, and that's a Craig Coughlin matter. So I would encourage you either to Mr. Scutari and to Craig Coughlin both express that you're backing it, because it's not clear what's going on there, and he needs a little bit of pressure. That would be, if you can bring pressure, that would be wonderful, because you're familiar with the idea of the
I
bill.
can barely hear you, I'm sorry.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Is the mic up?
Oh, okay. The polluter pay bill, it's still in committee. The Assembly passed, the Senate passed it, but it hasn't been posted. That's the whole thing. So Craig Coughlin may squash it if he's not pushed in the right direction. So he needs encouragement. And Mr. Scutari, again, same thing. He could do. Mr. Scutaro's, he's a sponsor on the bill, but that's not even clear what that means. Sometimes a sponsor in some setting may just be on a bill in order to apply pressure one way or another, and so on. So this is the concern. More pressure. If you guys make the call again, just do something. It's likely to come, and this will be a boon if it passes. Not only passes the legislature and the governor is pressured to sign it. Again, there's another unknown right there. But if it all goes through, and if it's never knocked down by the Supreme Court, which is the challenge that the oil industry is trying to say, hey, don't touch us. This is, we're good. We're providing a service. We're the ones who are providing the heat for this country, and that's not the same issue. It's again, this is a similar issue to how the Superfund Act or the cigarette liability was created. Both of those are very similar to this one. The point is the oil industry, Exxon in particular, in the 60s, they had the science, but they suppressed it because they had oil to sell. They wanted to keep selling oil, and that's the issue, and that's the liability issue that's at hand. And that's why, and there is money that they have at the ready, and that's the whole question of justice as to whether they should be pressure to assist in the mitigations, the flooding mitigations, all of the weather-related, climate-related mitigations. That's the bill. So if you have the energy, you can talk firmly, it would be great. This is the last couple of days, Thursday, Friday, it's got to come before the budget is signed. That's the idea. Otherwise, it's going to get pushed back again. It'll be a whole nother start over, which already has, this is already the second go at this. So, stay strong. Okay, back to the data center. I was at that meeting also, with very well expressed by Armin, and I guess nobody on dais was there. Is that correct? At the Kenilworth meeting, nobody was there. I personally was shocked the level of understanding that the mayor showed, or a non-understanding that the mayor showed, and her enthusiasm for what would be the give back was I think some emergency equipment, a truck or something, and some paving stones or something. It was rather totally disjointed from the potential seriousness of this project. She was talking, the things that the mayor read in her statement, and then she didn't know, she could not answer if this was going to be a 250 megawatt capacity or a gigawatt. I've seen both numbers thrown around. It's not clear. Is the NDA...
My apologies, your time is up, but thank you. I was taking notes. Thank you so much for your remarks.
Sure.
Any other comments from the public? Yes, come on up, please.
Hi, nice to see you again. My name is Christopher Basie. I live at 1471 Brookside Drive in Union. I have an environmental impact concern, but of not as high level as the data center. Behind my house is about 5 tracts of housing that run about 50 by 100, the equivalent of, let's say, 5 or 6 houses. In the fall, an organization called Salazar Construction began constructing a five house development along what I guess is considered Union County Parkway. It's not a road, it's a pathway that they're developing into a road. I did a little research on them, and they're boasting on LinkedIn that they're under development of this project. They took down approximately 10 to 12 trees along that tract of land, which is right behind my house, as well as 3 or 4 neighbors to my right and to my left. I believe those trees have been there probably since my house was built in 1939, approximately 75 years. And now bulldozers and tractors and hoes and all kinds of equipment are back there leveling that land to prepare to build houses. I'm curious as to what the ordinances are about the continuous operation of construction vehicles and the like. They used to start around 8 or 9 and then around 5 or 6, and now they seem to be under pressure, I guess, to get the development done. They're out there as early as 7 a.m. on weekdays, and sometimes 8 o'clock on weekends. The only Sunday they haven't been there recently is Father's Day. I guess they gave the guys off, but every weekend now they're out there earlier and earlier and earlier. So it's got to be some kind of noise pollution and annoyance to all the neighbors, because the tractors, as you know, every time they go back and forth, they beep, 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 forward and back and all this. The dust is incredible. They put a dust apron up along the fence, which is about as high as these chairs, and over the last few months, because of the rain and the weather, it's pretty much almost on the ground. I have pictures and videos. I'm not sure how they could be submitted. If you've got an email address or a web platform, I'd be happy to, but I'd like to know what that is. Saturday morning, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, there are tractors out there. It's got to be an annoyance to all the neighbors. There's got to be, noise pollution ordinances and the like. So I would just be curious about that.
Thank you for your concerns. We do have a noise ordinance. We will enforce it if they are not following that ordinance, as well as the trees. We have a ordinance as well. If they knock down a tree, they have to plant a tree somewhere in town. But we will, yes.
I also wanted to mention that our report of concern feature, you have the ability to upload videos. You know, certainly I would suggest that these complaints are brought to our construction official. You could call the police department if there's a noise issue. You call the health department. Any of those entities are poised to respond, and it doesn't matter on Saturday. I will tell you, we have property maintenance folks that do work on Saturdays. So those concerns are valid. The lot clearing is probably the most concerning that I hear. And frankly, there's a town ordinance that requires you to remove, to replace the trees that are removed or provide a landscaping plan if it's a development. I'm not sure which, but.
Well, I can guarantee you that there are 10 or 12 trees that are going to be gone, and if there's houses there, there's no way they're going to put up trees.
Well, there's a mechanism for large trees like that, for example.
Right.
Where you pay a big fine or a big cost.
Right.
So you no longer are the days you can come in and clear a lot. This governing body adopted an ordinance last year that says, you want to remove a big tree because you want to build a house? That's great. You've got to replace a tree of that size or pay upwards of $5,000, which is a considerable amount of money, into a tree fund where a tree such as that could be planted.
That's great to know. The report of concern, is that on the website? I can find that and I can upload a video or a document?
Absolutely. Or I'll give you my card. You can send it directly to me and I'll address the complaint directly.
Yes, please feel
I'll
free
see you
to
after.
send us that
Thank you.
information via email as well.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Any further comments from the public?
Ruth Slovic, 1725 Patriot Way. You mentioned some workshops over the summer for kids. I wanted to know who runs them, when they're going to be, and what they are.
They're for my junior mayor, so there's a total of 6 students who were chosen to be junior mayors, and that will be taking place here.
Oh, so it's just for them, it's
Yes.
not for the public?
Yeah.
I wanted to clarify that, thank you. According to resolution number 10, it says removing the property located at 104 West Waldorf Place from the tax rolls that is now township-owned. Under what circumstances does the township purchase land or property, and for what purpose are you going to be holding it, or what are you going to be doing with it? This one specifically, and maybe generally what the procedure is for buying or taking things off the tax roll.
Mayor, if I can answer this one directly. So 104 Waldorf is part of a deed-restricted affordable development known as Newtown Village, which is for, it's affordable for seniors in particular. It was built in the early 90s. If you own it, it is for sale, so if you own it, you're required to keep it as affordable. And if you sell it, it's got to be maintained as affordable. The township has the right of first refusal, and it purchases, in this case, it purchased 104 Waldorf back from the owner for roughly $100,000. And the township will, our intention is to clean it up, market it, and get it back on the market as an affordable, where it will ultimately go back on the tax rolls, but it'll be a senior affordable. There are 2 units in that Newtown Village development, so that's typically the only reason why we would purchase a property. This is sort of an outlier.
Okay, because I've seen a few times, not often, but I've seen a few times about purchasing different property for different reasons, and I was just wondering if there's like a broader category or reason beyond that.
I would tell you that any purchase that a governmental entity makes is governed by state statute, by the local lands and buildings law. There are procedures that are followed. It is really rare that we purchase property, plain and simple. I'm trying to think back. Not that I disagree, I just can't think of.
Oh,
of
there
one
weren't many.
others.
There weren't many, but just yeah. If I can go back to last meeting's agenda, because I know I asked about the professional services agreement with the BLM consultants regarding a community development director and staff for the sole responsive proposal not to exceed $224,000. and you explained that it's not going to be like a whole new staff, it's just a rehiring of or continuing the contracts, et cetera. Is that correct?
Yes.
Then why would you need a consultant? I wanted to know why you would need a consultant.
Do you recall what number that was?
Yes, it's number 2 under the resolutions of the last agenda.
That was a community development grant.
I'm sorry.
That was a community development grant.
Wait, Community Development Director and staff, yes.
Ruth, that is the administrative group that handles the community development block grants that the township receives. So it's a very specialized area. There aren't big groups that do it. In this case, BLM Consultants does it. They do it well. They've done it for the township for over 20 years. And they responded to the RFP accordingly. And the vast majority of those monies are not kept for administrative purposes. They're deployed to the community. So I'm trying to think, any other concerns there?
Well, with the response I got last time, it was directly saying that they were rehiring the same people.
And Mayor, Ruth,
why would you need a consultant for that? Yeah.
if I could just add to that. So there are only two towns in Union County that administer their own community block grant funds. That's Union and the City of Elizabeth. It's funding from the federal government that gets dispersed down locally to the county or the municipality. In this case, township hires a third party to administer our community development block grant. And most of those funds are used for road resurfacing and other programs, but obviously they're spent in the township. Elizabeth has their own program. The other remaining 19 municipalities in the county actually get those funds through the county, so the county oversees their program. So the nice thing is here in the Township of Union, we have a lot more say, if you will, as to how those funds get dispersed, but that's what BLM does for us.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruth, for your comments. Your time is up. Do we have any further comments from the public? Come on up.
Good evening, Mayor and the governing body. Thank you so much for a couple minutes. My name is Joe Crine. I have the privilege of being the senator for the 20th District, which obviously includes the Township of Union and the Borough of Kenilworth. I wanted to stop by. God bless Facebook, which I had on the phone, so I did have an opportunity to watch the meeting, and I did want to follow up on a comment, Mayor, that you and I had discussed as part of our visit. So just to kind of play the record a little bit straight, because Lord knows there's been enough conversations about this data center and so much information coming back and forth. I wouldn't try to have all of it, but I do want to share a couple meetings that I've had, and in particular discuss the power situation that came up. I hate to be informal, but I don't remember your last name, but it's Jen? Okay. So with apologies, I want to follow up and will right after this discussion with the folks that brought up the concerns. Mayor, you and I, at the invitation of the House of Labor, in particular David Fiore as one of the union leaders in the state of New Jersey, and a number of other elected officials, attended a dozen or more, I believe, attended a Piscataway data center tour, which was one of about, it turns out there's about 10 different data centers in Piscataway. And the one we toured, I believe, was more than a decade old. All right, and the folks showed us, as we continue to learn and try to understand this issue thoroughly, and we did that about 3 or 4 weeks ago, whatever that was. And we took that time to understand, and as you noted in your comment, that particular data center was quiet when we came out, and that's certainly one of the many, many discussion points to have in terms of noise and the rest. And we learned a lot about data centers that day. I know a number of my colleagues, including Senate colleagues, who toured. Senator Smith, for example, was there. There were a number of Assembly folks as well, a couple mayors who took the opportunity to come. So it was a group tour with the intention of learning more about what's clearly a particular concern of issue, particularly here in the Township of Union, the Borough of Kenilworth. We learned there that particular data center was fueled by green energy credits that came out of the state of Pennsylvania, right? They actually were using wind turbine credits to power that particular data center. The proposal, now you and I, Mayor, were not at the same follow-up one that Mayor Karlovich referred to in her comments last week in Kenilworth. Mayor Karlovich of Kenilworth and myself toured a more recent built data center in Orangeburg, New York. So I just wanted to kind of clarify. And what they indicated there was they are purchasing credits from nuclear power plants that are existing in both New Jersey and mostly in Pennsylvania. So that's how they'll say they are using clean energy. But I want to be immensely clear, which is why I took the time to come here. There is no proposal, no anything to build a nuclear power anything on the CoreWeave, Nest, Onyx site, Old Merck site, whatever way you want to refer to it. There's none of that. Okay, so I know that one could have inferred differently just from the text on my phone that I know folks did. So I just want to be clear that we are speaking the same language. Now, certainly, energy is one part of this consideration for our communities, what we're considering and up against. But as we know, the current Merck facility is powered by a cogen facility. And as we all know, they are looking for extensive electricity supports, which we can see throughout the Township of Union and the Borough of Kenilworth. So I just wanted to take a moment, kind of set that clear. We've had so much going on. I thank you for a moment to do that. We'll chat outside of here, but I did want to just kind of be super clear. There is no proposal for nuclear power of any sort that I'm aware of, Mayor, you are, and I'm certain that there isn't for any sort of power generation in the Kenilworth, Merck, Nest, CoreWeave site. Thank you so very much for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you for your comments. Do we have any further comments from the public? Seeing none,